If you could go back and play, like swap roles with one of your characters just for fun for the day, which character would you choose?
My favorite character that I played was a villain. It was in it was with Jackson Tiller, and I played this hotel manager, and I had so much fun playing that role because I got
Yeah.
to make villainous, but also comedic, sassy, and out of all the verticals I've done, that's definitely been my favorite. So that's Mr. Something Finds His Big Time. I forget all the names on all of them. They all kind of blend together.
Yeah, so and they change sometimes too, depending on what app they're on, so it can get confusing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but that's been my favorite. I would love to play a role like that again.
That's cool. Um, what do you have advice for anybody that is trying to break into the vertical industry?
Oh, I guess are there actors trying to break into the vertical industry? Because sometimes I feel like it's kind of hated on in this industry, and kind of, which I get it. But I don't know, advice. I mean, this is the if you want to do it, just audition because there's so many of these things going on right now. Uh,
Yeah.
oh, many. In a way, it kind of feels like that's all there is going on right now. Um, but yeah, just audition.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do you prefer working in shorter or longer projects, like considering days, like how many days you're in there? Do you prefer the longer ones or the shorter ones?
You mean like the day itself? Do I like it short or long, or like a project if I'm working on a
Like the
project?
project, whether it takes like 6 days or 12, which one do
Well, I
you
like working on the more days I work, the more money I make. So the longer 12 days, I'm down for 12 days.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, about a month and a half ago, it was not a vertical. I
Yeah.
worked on a mockumentary. And it was just 4 days in a row, but uh, it was fun to work on that character for 4 days in a row because you really got to discover the character. You got to be with the same people on set, so you felt more comfortable playing with with my fellow actors. Uh, and that's why I was like, I love doing this because
Yeah.
it's fun. Um, Even though sometimes coming to set for like one day and doing a role is fun too, but there's nothing like being able to really like live in a character for a few days because that's why I like acting. And
Yeah.
that's kind of why I miss theater a little bit because I could do, you get to rehearse, you get to relive and breathe and figure out that character, and then you do a run of it. Um,
Yeah.
and that's what made me love acting, or that's what makes
Yeah.
me love acting.
Yes. I was listening to an interview the other day where Eric Gilmat said that he would like to see the vertical space turn things more into like a series where you can really, like for it being longer, where you can really fall in love with the characters and follow their storyline for more than just an hour and a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, as a fan, would you like something like that?
I think it would be good. I mean, I wouldn't want them all turns into that because I
Right.
know that when you bring in like a series like that, sometimes it can take too long to get to the point. And the one thing I do love about verticals is it gets to the point quite quickly.
Mhm.
And sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes you just want it to, go on that little bit longer or see more of the love story or the conflict or something. You want to learn more about why rather than it just being there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, the thing with the vertical space is like not everything has to be one thing. There can be so many different versions of verticals where they don't have
Yeah.
to be the CEO or the mafia, which I'm not saying there should never be. Those are fun
Yeah.
too. But we can, and it's such a new art form too. Um, that I hope that it continues to be discovered and played with and challenged and
Yes.
revamped and rethought.
Yes. I
And
mean, I'm seeing a lot more lately, more original storylines than what there was. So, you've got your CEOs, your billionaires, your werewolves, things like that. There's normally three set genre, like athletes now are starting to come into it. Um, but like we need more ideas because
Yeah.
I think people could love them if they'd explore them more. So,
And I
mm,
also think, and they've tried to do this too, but not every story has to be, the main story has to be a love story.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe there's a sub love story, a subplot that there's a love story, or there is no love story. But
yeah,
that's not saying get rid of love stories because, of course, people love stories.
yeah,
But I think there's ways to we can challenge the vertical space by not just doing guy gets girl kind of love stories or
yeah.
girl gets guy kind of love stories.
Yeah. Or let's make it so that, the love story is between like two sisters and their sisterly bond is the love story. Or
Yeah,
between two best friends who don't make it into a sexual, love relationship. They're just friends, but that is the point of the story.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, like I said, there's just so many stories that we can tell
Yeah.
that I think that can make the space really more interesting, really more intriguing, and get more people willing to watch.
Yes. I agree. I agree. Okay. What is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you on set?
Uh, the funniest thing was recently I just did one. I don't think it's out yet, where the lead character is like a horse rancher, and I'm his assistant.
Yeah.
Uh, and I'm in the scene. It's me, the guy, the lead guy, and the horse.
Okay.
Uh, and the horse just kept like licking the lead guy and neighing and really stealing the scene.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's what comes to my mind uh, when you talk about the funniest thing that's happened on set. That was really. I didn't explain it that well. It was way funnier if you were there, but the horse was hilarious. It was a very
Mm. It must be fun for you to experience all these things with like being like you said with the animals and traveling all the time for work. Must be quite fun.
yeah. There's been the one I did with the horse. The location we shot at was in Malibu Canyon, and I mean, it was so high up on the mountaintop where it overlooked the ocean, and it was stunning. It reminded me of how broke I
Yeah.
truly am.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
that's beautiful. Sounds
but
nice.
it was such a great location. Really beautiful. The drive up there was gorgeous and stunning. Um,
Mm.
I think I liked shooting that vertical because specifically just because of the location. It
Yeah, yeah.
was really
Where
pretty.
is your favorite place to film?
5 minutes from my apartment.
Okay. Just because it doesn't take long to get there or because you like the location?
Uh, because it doesn't take long to get there, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
My favorite place to film, sometimes, as I'm sure you are well aware, you're like, I've seen this house in multiple verticals.
Yeah.
Uh, there's a cool little, well, it's not little. There's a spot up in Santa Clarita. Um, that's this huge compound. And even though I don't like the drive at times, I do love the location because it's a really spacious location. There's room for the actors if they're, waiting to go onto set. And there's also a cool pond that has all these koi's in it. And so
Oh,
if I'm taking a break, I go and talk to the koi fish. Um,
yes. My auntie has koi fish. They used to have an outdoor pool. Um, and when they built their indoor pool, she used the outdoor pool as the pond for the koi. So they're quite big, and I think she's got like 13 koi. Yeah,
they're beautiful fish
beautiful. They are.
creatures. They got cool personalities and they're always hungry.
Yeah, oh yeah, my kids love going to feed the fish. Yeah.
Sometimes I just go over to this location I'm talking about, like peek my head over, and they think I have the food and they know it's time to keep mouths open and everything. But
Yeah, it's funny to see that fish even have wicked personalities sometimes. Yeah.
Yes, yes, they do.
Yeah. Okay. What is the most valuable lesson you've learned from working in the entertainment industry?
Mm, patience. Patience. And also, I think I'm learning, particularly now in the last few weeks, is self worth, knowing that it's okay to say no,
Yeah.
knowing that it's okay to turn down certain roles as long as you're being kind, because it's low pay, or maybe it's a role that is not what you're interested in,
Mhm.
or how you want yourself to be showcased. So yeah, patience and learning your self worth and asking for the money that you think that you deserve.
Yes, yes. I was speaking to one person and she made it, she finds it quite upsetting that in this industry, a lot of the time, the males get paid more than the females. Um, but she said she knows her self-worth and she knows to go in and ask what she deserves. So that's good.
Yeah, the leads are obviously paid the most, and they should.
Oh,
But I think
absolutely.
with the success of these verticals, and I mean that's really kind of any corporation, they could definitely up the pay for the supporting day player characters.
Yeah.
Give it, and some do. Some I ask, and they do grant me what I ask for. Or like in any business, they find like a happy medium, and
Yeah.
you go back and forth until everyone's happy. Um,
Yeah. I mean, and in some cases, in some of these verticals, the side characters actually have more lines than the leads, and yeah.
I just there was a math one I did, which was god awful. I got booked as a day player role, but I was there for 6 days. I'm like, this ain't no day player role. This is like a little
No.
character. But I think they labeled it day player so that they can pay at a certain rate per day,
Okay.
and that stuff like that, gets under my skin. I don't appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah. That's very unprofessional. But
Yeah, I think in any kind of business, especially in show business, people can take advantage of. Well, in show business, people can take advantage of actors because there's so many of actors in
yeah,
LA, so many people wanting opportunity. Uh, but again, that goes back to self worth. Like, okay, yes, I want opportunities, but what am I going to do to get these opportunities, or what am I comfortable doing
yeah.
to get the opportunities, but still have that self respect?
Yeah, that makes me like Dan Jongma, the guy in Australia, he's in Sydney. He puts out videos all the time giving actors advice on the industry and how to go about it. And I respect that so much because he's helping them not be taken advantage of. He's helping them feel safe in certain areas and certain scenes that sometimes they might be uncomfortable with. And I think that's really important.
Yeah, yeah, especially in these verticals, they they ask a lot from you at times, like especially like the stunts, the punching and the hitting and the fighting.
Yeah.
I had a rough vertical about 3 weeks ago. I just did not like it, but they were having me do stunts. I'm like, I'm not a stunt person. Like, you got to
Yeah.
get a stunt double for me. Now, sometimes the stunts are not that serious, but uh the other issue too is that they're done so quick, like that needs to
Yeah.
move. So there's really no, okay, let's give like, an hour and we're going to rehearse these stunts so the actors feel comfortable. It's usually like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to do this real quick, do this. Okay, go, go, go. And
Yeah.
that's not,
No.
I don't like that.
I mean, I've seen some behind the scenes where actors post up that they've rehearsed, some of the stunts and things like that, which is good because then they were given the time to do that and to get it right, which is good,
Yeah.
especially when you don't have much time.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind doing stunts depending on the stunt.
Yeah.
Uh, but I would love to have the rehearsal and the time to work on it and get it right
Yeah.
instead of just quickly working on it and then filming.
And that would also avoid accidents because, with stunts like this, there could be plenty of accidents if they're not done right.
Because I know a fellow actor who got punched in the nose and he broke his nose in
I
one of
know
these
who
stunts.
I know who you're talking about. Yes,
Talking
I spoke
about,
to him about that too. Yeah.
and I just saw that. I was like, oh my god, I mean, that could be any of us because there's plenty of times where I've
Yeah.
been in the face. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, but if I got punched in the nose, I would be really upset, as anyone
Yeah.
would be.
Yeah. I mean, I know that that was an accident, but it I feel that if there was enough time and things like that, those things can be prevented, you know?
100%, hundred
Yeah.
percent. And
Yeah.
in a way, I want to say I'm lucky I'm not a female in this industry because they sometimes in the scenes that they have to do, or the clothing that they have to wear, or the
Yeah.
parts they have to play, they have to be a stripper or whatever. I can only imagine how uncomfortable that might be, especially when there's no rehearsal and it feels rushed.
Mm. Yeah, I was speaking to Autumn Noel, and she said that she felt very uncomfortable in one of her scenes with a movie with Casey because she had to be a stripper first up. And then she's like, I have no idea how to do this. Like, how
Yeah,
do I do it? So she just had to do it. Like,
right.
yeah,
And that would have been a great opportunity to like, okay, this day we're gonna rehearse. Let's just rehearse being a
yeah,
stripper, or let's get you more comfortable in it, so that when it's time to film,
yeah,
you feel more confident and comfortable.
yes, yes, yeah. No, I agree. All right. Could you talk us through a casting decision or not a casting decision, like a decision you made on set that was unexpected?
Oh, a decision that I made on set that was unexpected. Uh, yeah, when I did the role of the manager with the Jackson Tiller. Once again, I forget the name of this,
Yeah.
but I made the role more comedic than was expected, I think, and so I improvised a line that I believe was kept into it, where I say it's all a big mistake, but Jackson opens the door and he answers the door, but he's shirtless and like he's hunky and he's got a
Yeah.
towel on him. So I made I just improvised a line like it's all big. Instead of mistake, I said muscular, and then I quickly corrected myself and said mistake, and the crew seemed to really like that. I got a big thumbs up. So
Oh,
so
it's
yeah,
it's good when you can did they keep that in or did they get rid of it?
I don't know. I
You don't
hope they
remember?
can.
Yeah.
Um, One I did recently called Money, Robots, and a Star Spangled Fourth of July. I don't know if you saw that one.
Not yet, no.
Short.
Yeah.
But we improvised a lot on that. In fact, honestly, if I'm given the opportunity, I improvise a ton on these sets. Um, and I've noticed a lot of the times they keep it in. Not everything, of course. That's
Yeah.
how it goes. But I've noticed that they keep some of that improv in.
Yeah.
Um, or the lines I create, because sometimes I don't know who writes these verticals, but sometimes the joke is like, this is a
It's not funny.
no, it's not funny, or at least I could come up with something maybe 20% better than what is actually on the page.
Yeah, yeah. I know a lot of these aren't written, like even though the writing can be good sometimes, the interpretation of the writing can be mixed. So you've got to try and find that good medium to make it make sense for everybody else.
Yeah, but I think it's changing. I just did an audition, I don't know, like a few days ago, and I can tell that this was someone who's it wasn't AI, or maybe I don't want to say, how do I say this? Like, I don't want to say like English wasn't their first language, because there's plenty of writers who you can English is their second language, but they still know how to write English,
Yeah,
and but it was more natural for me to say.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, I deeply believe that certain verticals are working on changing the way these are written, which I
yeah,
think is important, very important.
yes, very much so. Yeah. Okay. I've got one more question for you.
Yeah.
I just lost it. Oh, yeah. Is there a moment during filming that has stood out as especially meaningful to you?
It was a moment in oh god, the night, the King's Guard and the Influencer, where I was doing a scene with Mark and like Mark Pontarelli. I'm sure
Yep.
he's huge in the vertical world. That he crushed it in his character, like he brought tears and everything,
Mm.
and it really, at least for my part, helped me in that scene with my character. And yeah, like his emotional performance, which I guess acting is an emotional performance in general. Uh, yeah, I was really touched by that. I thought it was really sweet, um, and also really impressed.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Some of these places that actors have to go also to bring out some of these emotions is surprisingly deep. So,
Yeah, I did the most recent one I did where 3 weeks ago. I keep mentioning it, but there's an actress
mm,
named Ashley, and she's another one who's really good at bringing on the
yeah,
tears,
yeah,
um, which I find always impressive because I
yeah.
cannot do that. Yeah, I'm maybe I'm soulless,
No,
but
no, no. Some people just don't cry. I mean, I know some people who can go through some really deep things, but they just don't cry.
yeah, yeah,
So, I mean, me, sometimes I like can hold myself really well when it comes to emotional situations, but then the smallest thing that doesn't seem that big can set me off. So,
yeah.
mm,
I just cried the other day. I mean, not like large tears, but like I got teary eyed when I heard one of my best friends growing up. She left me a voicemail, and just to hear her voice
yeah,
gave me that comfortability of growing up and knowing that someone is out there that loves me, because LA can be kind of lonely. Being in this
yeah,
business can kind of lonely, and so it was nice to hear her voice because it reminded me of home.
yeah,
Uh, and like that safe space of when we were growing up and doing theater and being innocent and naive about the world. So hearing her voice made me tear up.
yes. I mean, I also find that I can cry when I'm extremely happy about something rather than sad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah. But yes. Before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say to anybody?
No, I just want to say thank you to the fans and everybody that I've met doing this, because if anything, I think my favorite part of this are the fans, and the fans on Instagram and TikTok who
Yeah,
have left really wonderful, kind comments. Because when I do these verticals, I have no idea what they look like, what goes on out there. But to hear the fans and appreciate moments of certain verticals, or appreciate the characters that I played, or saying that this one vertical made them laugh, like, I mean, that's why I love to entertain, is to help people kind of forget their troubles, and even if it's just for 2, 3 seconds.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thank you to the fans. I appreciate you all.
Well, we thank you for your funny videos because I love them. That
Thank
Crocs one made my day. I loved it.
you.
Yeah. So
Good.
thank
Yeah,
you.
I figure I'm gonna start making more content because, like, I don't know, why not?
Why not? It makes you happy. It gives us something to look forward to. So definitely do it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love when other people say, "Oh, this made my day," or "This made me laugh." I get a little high from that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, good. Well, keep it coming because we love it. We love it.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you enjoy the rest of your of the evening for you now. So isn't it? Yeah.
I don't
Is
even
it
know what time
evening?
it is. Yeah, it's definitely evening. Oh, it's
Yeah.
8:09.
8:09. Well, it's nearly midday for me. So yeah.
What do you
Okay.
got
Well,
planned
you
for the week?
enjoy. Pardon?
What do you have planned for the weekend?
Um, Nothing. I'm going to take a break tomorrow, I think. Um, or do a little bit of editing. I've had quite a few interviews lately, and I've got quite a few coming up. So, and I also study. So I've got class on Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm studying business. So I think tomorrow I'm just gonna just chill and stay at home and hang out with the kids. So
Perfect. Well, enjoy your day off.
thank you very much. And
Thank you.
you have a good night, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you very much. Have a good night. Talk soon.
Thanks, Adam.